Hello everyone, this is Brian. Welcome to my new channel. It's all about nutrition. So today we'll be talking about the five basic rules that are required to increase our nutrient intake. As we all know, from the nutritional point of view, we should be eating while we enjoy our meals. So we have the five basic rules or other principles that are needed to increase our nutrient intake. In this case, when we say nutrient intake, we mean the nutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, water, and of course the minerals. So, of the of the nutrients I've just mentioned, we have the macronutrients and the micronutrients. The macronutrients include the proteins, fats, and the carbohydrates. Hence, the body needs them in high amounts. The micro, are composed of vitamins and minerals which are essentially consumed in smaller amounts. So, the first basics rule or the first basic principle is that we should eat fresh food. That is, you should consume within 3 hours after cooking, and it shouldn't be freezed or kept in a freezer until the following day. Most of us usually work in regular hours, and it becomes impossible to maybe have fresh food for lunch. You will see that most people prepare food and they carry them. Then during lunch break, they place the food in a microwave, just warm it and consume. That is so. It's not what is supposed to be done, or that's not what should be encouraged. So we should stick to the rule of breakfast and dinner, and we should eat prepared fresh food. Secondly, have the smaller. We should prepare a small amount of food which will contain maximum amount of nutrients. That is, food prepared for a larger group of people will essentially have lesser nutrients compared to food prepared for a smaller number of people. So, in this context, we can say that the more the people, the earlier you start to prepare the food, and the greater the quantity of food, the more oil and heat shall be used. So, that's why your food at home should have enough nutrients compared to the food prepared at a restaurant. This basically means that, as you can see, most restaurants' foods usually prepare the fast foods. I'm not discouraging anyone from eating the caloric dense foods, but it's a fact. It's a fact that most foods prepared at our restaurants contain high caloric content, and that's why our food prepared at home should be containing the high nutrient levels that are required for good maintenance of our bodies. That's why uh, we should prefer to prepare salad at home than go for the one prepared at a restaurant. Uh, I will encourage or I will recommend that we eat cucumber and tomato as our salad at home. Just prepare, cut it raw, it's on a chopping board, then consume it. It will be of great help to your body. Thirdly, when you eat your vegetables and fruits as a whole, we should not cut them into pieces, because whenever you cut, you expose those cut surfaces to the atmosphere, and as a result, the vitamins are lost in that process. So you will realize that when the cut surface is exposed, uh, more nutrients are lost. Hence, we can conclude that the larger exposed area, the more nutrients are lost. So I will encourage that we should eat full apple, pear, or plum, and we shouldn't chop them into pieces. Just when you get the apple, for instance, apple, just wash it as a whole in water, then consume it the way it is. That will be injecting, or you'll be ingesting a lot of nutrients that are important for your body growth. If it's a big fruit like watermelon or pawpaw, where you cannot eat as a whole, you must have cut into smaller pieces. that you can eat with a fork. So hold the big piece in your hand and chew it, and literally let the juice flow down your throat. Uh, Anything to add about the third principle? Uh, I will say that we should never ever buy a prepacked cut vegetables or fruit in supermarket. That's like buying food. It's like buying the food that has gone to rot. I would recommend us to eat prepared food, fresh fruits and vegetables. The fourth basic rule is remain loyal to your genes and eat what you've been eating since childhood. For instance, we know most people residing in Alabama are Indians. Maybe let me assume that you've come from Punjab or from Mumbai, India, and you've been eating idli, right? From the time you came from a mother's womb, your body is used to eating that idli. It has been digesting and assimilating certain foods. So, another person coming from a different continent, for instance, Africa, you'll realize that when he ingests that particular food, he or she will start complaining of a bad stomach, a stomachache. So, uh, it is because your bodies are not used to that food, and as a result, maybe they lack the enzymes that are required to break down that specific food you've not been used to eating. So, I will encourage us that it's good to eat all kinds of food. That is exposure. That's why most people have flown from the various continents coming to the Western world. So I will give an example of a friend of mine who lives in New Delhi. He has been eating North Indian food, but whenever he tries to eat fish and rice, which is mostly found in Africa, she normally complains of stomachache. Uh, that said, uh, we'll be going to the fifth rule. We are supposed to eat as much as possible the local produce and seasonal food. Climate, altitude, humidity, wind, soil quality, they all influence our digestive systems and the foods that grow locally. Um, I will also recommend that we should eat mangoes, especially during this summer period. We should eat them as a mini meal, that is between the meals. Uh, they are very important. They supply our bodies with antioxidants that prevent the formation of free radicals. Antioxidants. I know most of you might be asking what are the antioxidants. Uh, the antioxidants are mainly found in fruits and vegetables, and especially those foods that provide our bodies with nutrient vitamin C. That's all said and done. Uh, what I will just request you guys that please subscribe to my channel, and feel free to correct me. I'm open to any positive criticism. This is my first video I'm uploading to this YouTube. Don't worry about the camera. I will just request you to take in the content, as this is my first YouTube video, and I believe as time goes by I will upgrade and maybe I will buy a camera and all shall be well. For today, uh, enjoy that information of maximizing nutrient intake in our bodies. Tomorrow I'll post another video about the same nutrition. Thank you. Please subscribe, share to your friends, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys.